What's happening, party people? What's happening? And yes, welcome back, party people. The first episode of Volume 4. That's right. And once again, as you know it, I'm your host with the most, Mr. Ron. And welcome to another episode of 40 Years of Hip Hop, where we review 1,000 songs from 1979 to 2019. Party people, check us out on Mixcloud. That's right, Mixcloud / Forever Hip Hop. And that's Forever Hip Hop with the number 4. And yo, you could just stream, all of those wonderful songs that we're talking about, And yeah, we got top 5s, exclusive mixtapes, and all that good stuff, And enjoy it while you can, because it's free for now. It's not gonna be free forever. That's right, party people, that's right. Yo, and also, all the rappers out there, you know what? Drop us a DM or a quick email and get featured on what? Track of the Week segment. That's right, every day, every week, I'll introduce some track. You know what? Yo, send me up a quick DM, and we'll see, but your shit gotta be dope, though. Don't send me some whack shit, because we gonna play you, alright? So party people, let me tell you something. So for the Volume 4, the G-Man and I, we switched it up a little bit, First of all, it's gonna be a 60-minute podcast, before we used to clock like 20 minutes, 30 minutes each. But now it's just straight up an hour. I'll be on the mic while the G-Money, is just like taking care of the controls in the back. Know what I'm saying? And yeah, so that's it. Episode 107, the first episode of Volume 4. And party people, we are going to be reviewing 5 tracks instead of 1. And today we got Jam on It by Nucleus, Bad Intention from Dr. Dre featuring Nocturnal, Act Like You Want It, the DJ Evil D remix by Blackmoon, Holocaust by the RZA, and It's Bigger Than Hip Hop Hip by Dead Prez, as you know it. But party people, before we get into these reviews, let's take a look at what? Mr. Ron's Week. That's right, party people. So, it's been on hiatus for like almost a month. It's like 3 weeks. And as soon as we stop, Mr. Ron caught the COVID. That's right. I caught it, So, again, for like the 24th, 25th, 26th of December, me and the wife, we were just like out cold, But, I feel good. I'm back stronger than ever, So that was a little what happened in my life, around December. Besides that, it's been quite the bore, up here in Canada, in the frozen land of the north. January, February, not much is happening. On top of that, there's COVID all over the place. So, it's just time to chill, watch some movies, kick back, relax. That's the way I do it. Anyways, party people. So, let's get down to it. So, track of the week. And just like I said earlier on, all of the up-and-coming artists out there, send us your shit, and again, if it's dope, we're gonna put you on. We're gonna put you on track of the week, So, on my end, I gotta say, I was actually happy to see a little comeback of an old 90s group that came back called Arrested Development with the track called Vibe, featuring the legend Big Daddy Kane. And Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One just killed it on the verses in 2021. And I'm actually happy to see, Big Daddy Kane dropping a verse on a featuring, That's tight. Like I was saying, featuring Big Daddy Kane, Cleveland P. Jones, and Tasha Teray. So that's what I've been bumping this week, And so before we get deep into it, it's time for another Tiki Top 5. That's right, so it's the brand new year. And I want to tell you, party people, 2021 has been actually decent in hip hop. It's actually I feel that there's like a revival in a true hip hop. Like we're seeing, anyways, on my end, I feel like I'm seeing less and less of the singing rappers. I don't want to call them mumble rappers. Like it's so derogative. And I think that like there's like a movement. Even the young cats, they're like going back, to rhymes, rhyme schemes, and so without no further ado, let's go with the top 5 best tracks of 2021. So I'm just gonna start it with that track called Crazy by KRS-One from the short film Save the Studio. That was like, I think like a week or two after that famous verses where KRS-One battled Big Daddy Kane. And who won? Hey, like I'm saying, hip hop culture won. Everyone won, And the fact that he dropped that track, and I also saw like a few other ones on YouTube, but that one, Crazy by KRS-One from the short film Save the Studio. Ooh! Oh man, that's a banger. That's a banger. You know it. And after that, I'm gonna go with Introvert by Lil Sims from the album Sometimes I Might Be Introvert. And party people, have to let you know that this is my favorite album of 2021. That's right. Yeah, she could spit. But not only that, but there's a little bit for everyone. And number 3, I'm gonna go with Family Ties by Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar. From the album Melodic Blue. Cause first of all, that beat, boom, 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 get that. But so Family Ties with Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar from the album Melodic Blue. Monster track, and I know that track was big, not just in the US, but all over the world. I looked it up. I have to say that I have a soft spot for number 4 is Way Too Sexy by Drake, Future, and Young Thug. And you know me with my old ass. It's because there's like this 90s Right Said Fred, too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my shirt, so sexy. It hurts. But they flipped it. I actually enjoy the way that they flipped it, And number 5, I'm gonna go with Bad Situation with Murray, and from the album named Bad Situation. And because I just remember at a certain point, I'm like, you know what? Imagine these guys like that do like the autotune singing. Imagine one would have like a crazy, I'm talking about like gospel, bring me down to church, I say amen type voice. And I feel like that's what Murray got. He got that smooth yet powerful voice, for them vocals, and he'll drop you a mad verse too. That's the ticket. Number 5, Murray with Bad Situation. So party people, let's get down to do it. We're gonna start with our first song, which is called Nucleus, which is called Jam on It. Bump, 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 bump. Bump, 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 bump. So, the track is from 1984. And I always wanted to review that track. So the reason why I chose this track, because this is one of those classic golden age that so many b-boys got down to. Right? This is like breakdancing music. I mean, like the track came out in 1984. I'm sure some of your listeners weren't even born. But some people were like, break it, clack, and that was just like the perfect soundtrack for that. I actually discovered it as an adult, right? I discovered the track as an adult, And I even listened to the whole to the album, and the whole album was pretty good, pretty damn good. All right, so a few points. So first of all, actually, the way that I discovered it is Mos Def did a remake of it, you know, and I was like, oh, yo, that beat sounds dope, but it also sounds old school, you know. So and this is how I actually discovered the track. And early 80s hip hop has a huge electro influence, you know, and that track is like it's exactly that, you know, just like some pure electro with like a couple of mad verses on it. So lyrics. So guys, yo, it's 1984, so chill, you know. Cause when I was a little baby boy, my mama gave me a brand new toy, 2 turntables and a mic. I learned to rock like Dolomite. Again, like because of course 1984, so delivery. This is like nursery rhymes, you know. But again, it's 1984, right? I know the rhymes are rather basic, but I think like this song is mostly about the hook, the beat, and I would also say like the overall feel of the track. And is that a lyrical track? I would not qualify it as a lyrical track. Not in my book, not the way I see it, you know. But it's a classic, right? And don't forget, party people, these early 80s songs, if we don't take care of them, if we don't play them from time to time, they will be forgotten. You know, they will be forgotten. A part of hip-hop culture every 10 years, you know, 10 years could just die out, you know. Production, party people. So, what can we say about the production? So, first of all, produced by Frank Fair and Joe Webb, who actually both produced for Nucleus. And the one, like I was saying, take the rap part out, and it's a straight up electro sound. Not only that, but you have to know that Nucleus, before that they were a rap group, they were a production group. Okay, they actually went under I think it's Jam On, and they were basically just doing production. And it's not as a joke, but they were like, hey, yo, you know what, we should come out with a rap record, you know. And that record like did really well. It did really well. It actually peaked at number 56 on the Billboard Hot 100. And guys, this is in 1984, at the early ages of hip hop. And that song stayed 15 weeks in the Billboard Top 100. So this song is important because it helped secure hip hop as a valid genre, you know. And the early 80s and early 90s hip hop that was on the Billboard, I truly believe that they got there on their own merit, you know, because it was original, it was dope, it was fresh, and Nucleus is definitely a part of that. And whenever you're gonna look up for the video, yo, the guys, I don't know who did it, but on YouTube, if you look up for the video, they actually show you the battle in the movie Beat Street. You know, there's like a 15-minute breakdance battle, which from my point of view is one of the best breakdance battles that I've seen. And you see a young Crazy Leg, you know, and it's basically a Jam On It that's playing in the background. Magnificent party people. So in conclusion, it was a great song, a classic b-boy anthem, and like I said, people, we must preserve these tracks and play them, or else they will fade out in history. That's right. Okay, now, song number 2, we got Bad Intentions by Dr. Dre featuring Nocturnal from the Wash soundtrack, which was released in 2001. And party people, let me just underline that The Wash, the movie, was a remake of a 70s movie called Car Wash. And I think I remember seeing it, but it's really vague. I mean, like, this is like 21 years ago, but I do remember seeing it, and I don't know. I must have been underwhelmed because I don't really remember much of it. This is a G-Man pick, but I support it 100%. This is definitely an early 2000 club banger, and this is something that I noticed. A lot of tracks from the early 2000s, they're quite dance floor compatible. You know, that's the way that I would put it. Did that help hip hop? A little bit. The same way that, you know what, some tracks maybe, you know, wouldn't help hip hop so much, you know. Anyways, so the lyrics now, you have to think about that. It's Dr. Dre rapping, okay? And we all know Dre is definitely, like, I would say, I'm gonna say top 10 best producer, okay? Perhaps even top 5. But in my book, I would say top 10. I would say top 10. However, as a rapper, oh my God, he's not the best. So he goes a little something like this. It's a lot of bitches, a whole lot of freaks, top-notch hoes. They flock in every week. What do you want to do? Get your next thrill? Take an X pill. How the sex feel? Those damn misogynistic lyrics, man. Anyway, so Nocturnal's on the hook. Okay, I would have loved to hear a Nocturnal, like, at least like a verse, because he's on the hook and he's kind of like ad-libbing in the background. And Nocturnal has like a very unique voice. And I think that it would have definitely added to the song, you know, to have him on there. So let's talk about a little bit about the production. So one sample, and it's a loop. Like, I heard the sample, it's okay. It's definitely, well, you know, Dre doesn't just loop a beat. It's basically Hollywood Hot by the 11th Hour, which was released in 1975. It's like a funk, soul, disco, you know, a track, and it's basically the beat. And you even hear that little flute that's in the background. It's all them. That song was also sampled 4 times. And again, top 3 would be Super Ugly by Jay-Z, which was released in 2001. Something Fuck the Titties by Playa, which was released in 2006. And I Don't Give a by Beat Angers, released in 2014. Besides the Jay-Z track, I'm not familiar with any of those. So, produced by Dre and this other cat called Mahogany Beats. So, Mahogany Beats was actually pretty decent from late 2000 all the way till, I would say, 2009 is the last track that Mahogany Beats produced. Do Over by Ghostface featuring Raheem Devon. He also produced It's Alright by Memphis Bleak featuring Jay-Z. And Show Discipline, which was released in 2001 by Jadakiss featuring Nas. So, when we look back, how impactful was that track, right? Yo, I mean, like, that track went in, well, not the Billboard, but the equivalency of the Billboard in Belgium, in France, in Germany, in Switzerland, in the Netherlands, in the UK, and in the US. The highest, it was number 5 in the UK as a single, and number 6 in the US under the Hot 100 Singles Billboard. So, wow. I actually, you know what? I have to say I'm a little surprised. I did not think that song went that big. Cool. That's cool for Dre. That's cool for Dre. So, closing words. A body-shaking dance floor banger. Outstanding production from Dre that also clashes with like his, not so great rapping. Nocturnal on the hook. Wish we could have had a verse, but I guess not. Party people. So alright, so that was song number 2. And now let's get back to song number 3, which is Act Like You Want It by DJ Evil D. It's the DJ Evil D remix. It's not by DJ Evil D. It's Act Like You Want It, DJ Evil D remix by Blackmoon from the album Digging in the Vaults, which was released in 1996. This is like a remix and B-side album that no one knows about, right? Again, whenever I talk about this album, I'm like the only one that knows of this album. Whenever I talk about that track, I'm the only one that knows that track. And I have to say that, you know what? I'm kind of proud of that. Yeah, because of my constant digging, which is something that people don't do anymore. Crate diggers. Yo, I used to pass hours, just waste time, in record stores, looking for new albums, for whatever, just looking for some dope music, and this is how I stumbled upon Digging in the Vaults, which was like a compilation remix album that it wasn't that great. I have to be honest with you, it wasn't that great. So let's take a look at the lyrics, the delivery part. So, the song starts with a boom. Back in the days, I was a stone cold hood. Man. Back in the days, I was a stone cold hood. And now I'm just a paid hood, still up to no good. My crew from the heights in the island, still flipping niggas, we're still a buck wildin'. Of course, I'm not as dope as Buckshot, man, but the delivery is definitely on point. Definitely on point. Production, stellar production by DJ Evil D, and it's that raw, heavy bass line with a boom boom bop, boom boom bop beat in the background. And one thing though, I have to say that this track actually sounds good. The production sounds good, but Boot Camp Click, like their first, especially the album The Shining, the engineering was just awful. It was just awful. But that one was dope. That one was definitely dope. So hard to find. It's one that is so hard to find, but I'm happy because it came from me. It's one of my picks from the time that when we say digging in the crates meant something, Number 4, we have Holocaust, Silkworm in brackets by the RZA, featuring Holocaust, Dr. Doom, and Mrs. Roxy from the RZA as Bobby Digital, which came out in 1998. And man, that album was dope. Okay, that album was freaking diggy dope, man. Wow, it's a G pick, right? It's a G pick, but I would have chosen that song. It's one of my favorite on the album, which a great album, by the way. Yeah. So one thing that I like is actually, you know what? That album, the RZA, was the first one. The RZA released these guys. I was like, who is Holocaust and Dr. Doom? These Wu affiliates are from the West Coast. And there's one guy, I think it's Dr. Doom. He kind of sounds like a Ghostface, but whatever. It actually sounds more like a young Ghostface. But lyrically, ooh. So let's take a look at those. Let's take a look at those incredible lyrics. Let's see. Circle thieves like vultures in desert rest on a cactus. Got Oscar nominees MCs stuck to my hatchet. Drastic indescribable pain I injure bars. While Bobby throwing razor CDs like ninja stars. And then you hear the sound effects of the ninja stars. Yeah, amazing. And it was to the point where, like, you know, I'm listening to this and I'm like, yo, this Holocaust kid is nice to the point where I'm like, yo, RZA is actually not the best rhymer on that track. It's his track, right? Of course, produced by the RZA, the Resurrector, you know. But rhyming wise, I thought that definitely Holocaust was better than the RZA. Dr. Doom, the other cat that sounds like a young Ghostface, he was dope. I would say that the RZA was a little better than him. But still, yo, mad respect to Holocaust, and I wish, like, you know, we could have heard more of these guys. Now I know, cause you know the Jimmy is like a Woo encyclopedia. You know, like he went to Woo University, graduated with honors, and I think that one of the members, Doom, actually got shot in Compton, I believe, in 2007. I'm not sure. I did not check my facts, but that's a quote from the G-Man, and yeah, I know this guy's he's on point. The G-Man is on point. That's right. Add some singing to the podcast. All right, so impact-wise, how did this song impact the hip-hop community? Well, first of all, the album went gold. Okay, sold 500,000 copies. The album actually also went number 16 in the US Billboard 200. That's number 16. You know, for a RZA album, that's pretty good. That's pretty impressive. Also, for year-end chart, so you know how, like, at the end of the year, there's like all these compilations. That album was actually number 77 on the US top R&B and hip-hop albums of 99, even though the album came out in 98. But sometimes it's gonna happen like the single is dropped a little later, and that's why we have this. And I'm still not finished with the Wu saga. You know, I'm still on season 2. I think still at episode 6. Yo, great series, man. Great series. I learned a lot watching this series. Like, I didn't know that the RZA had actually 2 murder cases. You know, I'm like, wow. You know, I always pictured the RZA as a little bit of a musical nerd. You know, and wow. Damn, you know, but Party People, definitely a great track. Again, yo, the G-Man chose it. I backed it up 100%. But not only that, this was a good concept album, and they're so rare nowadays. They are so rare. It's basically RZA as Bobby Digital, a created character. And you see that character in different situations, hence, you know, the songs, you know. And yeah, I really enjoyed that album. And I think that we need more concept albums like those, you know, we just need some. Because nowadays, I feel that most of the albums that come out, they're not really like a full album. It's more like a playlist, or they'll come out with like, an artist will come out with an album that, has like 10 to 15 tracks. In there you have like the 3-4 singles. Okay. After that you have like I call them single clones, singles with like very, very, very similar beats to the singles that are charting. And then you have a couple of filler tracks here and there, just to fill up the album. And again, the best example would be Cardi B. She only has one album out, but yet, she's always on the top 40. She's always on the top 40. That's what, and that's what she said, like in an interview. She was like, I don't care about no album. I do singles and festivals. That's how I get paid. And that's what she said. That's what she said. Michael Scott. Yeah. Anyways, party people. In conclusion, great track by the RZA. Holocaust definitely takes the cake lyrically on that song. But not only that, I suggest you, just like if you haven't heard that album, just chill for a minute and listen to it. It's definitely worth it. All right, we're already at review number 5. What? Yo, you know what they say? Time flies when you're having fun. Song number 5. That's the last one for today. We got Dead Prez. Hip hop is bigger than hip hop by Dead Prez from the album Let's Get Free, which was released in 2000. And why, people, I chose this song? Well, one, because it's dope. Not only that it's dope, but it's an anthem. And I clearly remember hearing this song at the club. And also, really, I'm like, yo, these guys got like mad lyrics. But, the groove, is like, whoa, it's just so amazing. The bass was like just overwhelming. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at that track. That track really got me into Dead Prez. And again, like I said, like they're one of the most underrated groups in hip hop culture. And the reason why is they don't really get no press, because they're telling you, if you listen to most of their lyrics, they're telling you, you have a brain, use it, And I feel that, as time progressed, right? If you look on what was on the Billboard in the 90s, you had a little bit of everything, okay? However, as time went by, what went on the Billboard, or what got more played, was like club bangers, or really like just like catchy tunes, right? A lot of music that's being made right now is basically, let's do like a dope beat, a catchy hook, and we'll figure out the lyrics later, And I like the fact that Dead Prez, they're like, yo, we're gonna have a catchy hook, we're gonna have a dope beat, but we're gonna have lyrics on top of that, So, let's check out those lyrics. I'm gonna try. Alright, here it goes. Who shot Biggie Smalls? If we don't get them, they gon' get us all. I'm down for running up on them crackers in their city hall. We ride for y'all, all my dogs stay real. Niggas don't think these record deals gon' feed your seeds and pay your bills. Wow. Yo. And again, when you take a look at that lyrically, who shot Biggie Smalls? If we don't get them, they gon' get us all. That reminds me a lot of, I would say, in 2020, when, not that the cops which lost their mind and just like shooting at black people, which has been happening since the 80s. It's just now, because of social media and all the technology that we have, is we just see it more often. But that shit's been happening since the days of way back, you know. And the song came in 2000, and just that, who shot Biggie Smalls? If we don't get them, they gonna get us all. Now, if we don't get them, could be seen as a little bit militant, even in my point of view. But yo, they're allowed. They're allowed. You know, again, it's their point of view. It's Dead Prez's point of view. I'm in Canada. You know, we do have, you know, systematic racism. However, it's not as violent. You know, we're actually a pretty peaceful country. But yo, I may not agree, but I support you. You know, I support you. I'm down for running up them crackers in their city hall. We ride for y'all, all my dogs stay real. Okay, so that's a little harsh, you know, I have to say. Nice rhyme, but harsh. I'm down for running up on them crackers in their city hall. In their city hall, right? Like, Dead President, I think that lyric is for M1. He doesn't identify with City Hall. It's their City Hall. What we call the Crackers City Hall, which is, of course, racist. But hey, yo, I just reported. But I really like the last line. Nigga, don't think this record deal is gonna feed your seeds and pay your bills, okay? So, what they're saying is, think about it. You know what? The most of the money that's being made of your record deal, you're not gonna see it, okay? It's a record company that's gonna see it. When they say like, record deal's gonna feed your seed, that means if you have kids, don't hope on that studio money to feed your kids, okay? Think of something else, right? And to pay your bills. Hard lyricism. Now, I don't necessarily agree with, you know, the way that these lyrics are portrayed, but it's their point of view, you know. It's M1 and Sticky Fingers, Stickman's point of view, which are the two rappers from Dead Prez, and they're allowed, you know, yeah, you know, and it's all good. I support them. I don't necessarily agree with, you know, I'm more of a peace guy, you know, that's more my thing, because it's also not my reality. Anyways, party people, let's jump to production. And party people, I was amazed to find out that this was actually self-produced. That's right. Produced by M1 and Stickman. I was like, yo, where did they come up with that radio tuning at the beginning, you know? And then like that bass. Wow. I don't know. I would love to see like the backstory of that, how it came about. One reason why this track is so important to hip-hop culture, and we are going to talk about it later on, is the fact that it got sampled 46 times. That's insane. 46 times. It got covered once by Static X. Now, for those who don't know, Static X was a group or a rapper. Well, they were a group. They were a group, and they did that rock rap, you know, Linkin Park type shit, you know. And they did a cover with Dead Prez and Static X, and it was good. It was good. You know, I remember seeing it. It was heavier, you know, there was some guitars on it, but it worked. It worked. Also, 3 remixes. You know, I'm like, wow. I don't think this song needed a remix, but 3 remixes were out there. And how did that impact hip-hop culture? Well, like I was saying, in that time of the early 2000s, where it's mostly about glitz and glamour, it's mostly about, beats and hooks, they were like, you know what? No, we're gonna keep it real and drop some crazy lyricism in there, and I really gotta respect them for that. Not only that, but it charted. The album charted. US Billboard 200 peaked at position 73, which is not bad. Also, US top R&B hip hop albums at number 22. Now that's dope. The single, the song itself, actually went all the way up to number 49 in the US rap Billboard. So again, it did not go like unknown. Like a lot of people know that song everywhere, in the streets, even in the clubs. And I know both rappers. I know that M1 came out with a solo project. I don't know if it was that good though. But definitely a huge song for hip hop culture. And not only that, but I really think that song bridged the gap from the 90s. I really think that song bridged the gap from the 90s to the year 2000. In conclusion, party people, a classic hip-hop track by one of the most underrated group that, like I said, that bridged the gap from the 90s to the new millennia. That's right. So party people, the show is coming to an end. That's right, good things don't last, but we're gonna be back next week. Tell us what you think about the new format. Get in touch with us. I want to start a conversation with the people that listen to us. And also, rappers out there, send us your shit. If it's dope, we'll put you on track of the week. And on top of that, track of the week, we're gonna do a compilation every quarter. Every time we have 30 songs, or at least every volume, we'll put you on one of our mixtapes. And we're growing! That's right, we're growing fast, and we're happy about that. That's right. So party people, thanks for sharing this moment together. Subscribe, like, share, and party people, support 40 years of hip hop by buying us a coffee so that we could continue dropping this amazing weekly podcast. Tune back next Tuesday. This is your host with the most, Mr. Ron, wishing you happy Honolulu, peace, and I'm out.